So somebody is saying, when emptiness is spoken about, my head spins, having had no teachings whatsoever on emptiness. If emptiness could be explained to me or to the rest of us in a few short explanations, maybe we can follow these teachings. Emptiness is ... What, Venerable? Okay, so please know that whoever wrote this, you aren't alone. Even the people who've heard it many times don't understand it well, because it's not an easy topic. If it were easy, we would have already realized emptiness. We would have already attained liberation and enlightenment. Okay, so it's not an easy topic. And the first few times that we hear it, we just are even getting used to the vocabulary, you know. And then you begin to notice some words recurring, and then you try and figure out some of the concepts behind the words. And so you just try and get an intellectual understanding at first just of the basic thing that's going on. And then, you know, as you go on and you start investigating it more and then looking at your own experience and looking at the things around you, then you get a much deeper understanding of it. So basically, what emptiness means, it's a lack of fantasized ways of existence, okay? In other words, due to our ignorance and the latencies of ignorance on our mind stream, when we apprehend phenomena, they appear to us as if they existed from their own side, independent of every other kind of factor. You know, we look at something, there's a chair out there, objective. There's another person out there, objective. Okay, there's somebody who's nice. Their niceness is objective. There's somebody who's not nice. Their obnoxiousness is objective. Okay, so we think that things have some kind of inherent nature that makes them these entities that they are in and of themselves without depending on anything else. Okay? And it's precisely that the teachings on emptiness is saying doesn't exist. Okay? So it's not saying phenomena don't exist, but this inherent way of existence that we have projected onto them does not exist. Okay? The hardest thing about the whole thing is figuring out what inherent existence means, because we are so used to perceiving it that we don't even see it. Okay? And in our minds, it's so mixed, inherent existence and just regular conventional existence, that we can't figure out the difference between the two things, you know? Because we're just so used to, you know, we open our eyes, our ears, our senses function, even our thought processes, how things appear to us, we just take it for granted that that's how they actually exist. We never doubt it. Never. You know? Is anything you perceive ever wrong? You know, we say, oh no, well, okay, when I was smoking hash, maybe, you know, when I was dropping, you know, whatever I dropped, you know, then, okay, that was a hallucination. But everything else, you know, what I perceive around me is real. Okay? Now, the thing is, of course, if what we perceived around us were real, everybody should see things in exactly the same way. Which is why we think other people are dumb. Because we perceive things in the right way and they don't. Okay, so this is just talking even on a very gross level, isn't it? You know, my opinions are right. People who don't agree with me are wrong. That's just a very gross kind of believing in what we think. This is a much more subtle one, where the way things are appearing to us is as if they had their own essence. They existed under their own power. You know, when we think of ourselves, well, there's a real person here, isn't there? Yeah? when somebody says your name, yeah, you know, I'm here. Especially if they say your name very softly so you can barely hear it. Uh-oh, they're talking about me. Then this feeling of me comes really big, doesn't it? You know, oh, they're talking about me. They're whispering. Yeah, yeah. We learned that when we were little, right? Yeah. Whenever our parents whispered, we knew we better listen. Okay, but there's this sense of me that comes very strongly. When we see other people, you know, we look and there's real people there. You know, don't you think everybody else is real? You know, real, objective. Yeah? So that's how people appear to us, and then we agree with that appearance. Okay? That is what things are empty of, is that kind of objective existence. Okay? So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about emptiness. Okay? But it doesn't mean things don't exist at all. And we'll get into that part tomorrow.